Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here. I had a video recently, it was like my 10 favorite drugstore beauty purchases recently, and you guys seemed to really enjoy that one, and I thought, what if we did this for Amazon purchases and talked about some of the things that I've really loved. It's going to be extremely random. It's not really a bunch of beauty related stuff, but it's just like some random life stuff that I've really loved. First off, let's talk about the face makeup. I think it's looking really fresh and glowy today. I went kind of light, especially on the eyes, because I thought maybe I was having an eczema flare-up over here on this eyelid. I'm not sure if it's like just being out in the sun, sweating heat kind of thing. I don't know if it was a product that kind of irritated it, but whatever the case, we went light there, and I definitely put some Vanity cream on that area. Also, if I feel like something like that is coming up on my skin, I use my really sensitive skin-friendly products, so I put on my Tower 28 Sunny Days. I wear this in the shade Melrose. Got that on all over the skin. It's really light coverage. It has the SPF 30, but yet it just looks beautifully glowy, I think, every time. I use my Tower 28 concealer as well. This I have in the shade CC. I set that, what did I use to set it? Oh, the Rimmel Stay Matte Loose Powder, which I recently came up with. Excited to test this alongside some of the other long-wearing Rimmel things that I have. I really like the blush, bronzer, and highlight combo today. For bronzer, I'm using my NYX Buttermelt, and this is in the shade Deserve Butter, and it just gave a really, I think, realistic kind of tan around my hairline, hollows of the cheek. It just looks beautiful. It's got the slightest bit of a satin finish, and it looks really pretty on the surface of the skin. And then for blush, I've been wanting to use this more this summer. This is my House Labs blush, the Color Fuse blush in the shade Watermelon Bliss, and it's super like reddish, matte, full color. And I just have a light bit of that kind of out here on the outer part of the cheek. And I think that looked very fresh as well, and it layered up with this very nicely too, because I do think this bronzer has a bit of a reddish undertone in it. And then for my highlighter, I brought out Let's Bolt from the Balm, and this has a bit of a golden sheen. You can't quite tell when it's really diffused on the skin, but it's more of a goldeny highlight, and I just thought those three came together as a nice little team. On my eyes, again, didn't really want to irritate anything, so I went super light. I put Kosas Cloud Set all over my lids, and then I just grabbed a random crease shade from this little e.l.f. palette. It's the Perfect 10 eyeshadow palette. I think it's the one that's just called Mad for Matte. If I have the wrong name, I'll put it up on the screen, but I used just a little bit of that shade to give myself a little crease contrast, but very light look, and then Tartelette Tubing Mascara. And on the lips, I used my e.l.f. Cream Glide Lip Liner, $2 lip liner, amazing, just all-purpose everyday shade called Mauve Aside. I've got that on, and I topped it with my Milani Fruit Fetish Lip Oil in the shade Raspberry Peach. The scent on this, it's strong, but it's really sweet and really good. The Cherry Limeade scent in this stuff, I mentioned in another video, that kind of wears on me a little bit. I thought I liked it at first, and then I'm like, eh, this is a bit much, but really like that Raspberry Peach. Now to the point of the video. First thing I will mention here are the workbooks that my girls have been using. Over the summer, we like to do some kind of learning time. I mean, I say we, they enjoy it. They don't push back on doing it at all. In fact, they'll ask to do it or remind me to do it. But I think it's just good to keep that going throughout the summer. And additionally, even if you're not a real believer in let's do work over the summer, it kind of gives them some structure in the day and some knowledge of, you know, there's a part of our daily routine is going to be doing this. So we just do a couple pages a day, but they're these Brain Quest workbooks that are suited to go between their school years that they're on. So for Eve, she's going between 1 and 2, Belle's going between 3 and 4. They've been doing it pretty much ever since school let out, and I think they found that the content in there is pretty appropriate to what they know how to do, but some of it challenges them a little bit as well. So those are really affordable, less than $10 each. The summer is young. You could still grab one of those if your kid needs a little something to do. They're fun and they're cute. And I've had like regular Brain Quest workbooks before that they've liked a lot. And last year we got these that go specifically between the grade levels in the summer, and they fully completed them and really liked them. Here's my next thing, a real summer favorite, my snow cone maker. This thing is so good. It's the Dash Shaved Ice Maker and Slushy Machine. And this whole Dash brand, I have quite a few things from their line. So they're the line that I think they really got popular for their compact little mini waffle makers. And I do have a couple of those. I have the mini grill. I have the Dash popcorn machine, which that's not a recent purchase for me, but that we use it all the time and it works really well. Like if you get appliances, little kitchen gadgets, and they truly stay something that's consistently used, I think they're worth mentioning, because I think we've all gotten things where, you know, it just seemed like a fun thing to grab at the time, but you never really used it. But I'm just pulling it up here on Amazon. Oh, I totally would have gotten the pink shade if it was available, but I got Aqua, $34. You just pop your ice in. I like to shave it into like kind of a small to medium sized bowl and then just scoop it into like some little cups. Even if you don't have the cute like snow cones to put something in and really mound it up. For kids, I think it's even neater to just like put it in a smallish cup and give them a spoon to eat it with. And then also the syrups that we use. With my 60-day semi-hard kind of challenge, I'm going for no added sugars, like no candy, no real dessert items. But when you use the sugar-free syrups for these, I mean, there's no calories in them and they're really good. So the skinny syrups line, I'm sure you guys have heard of those, but there's this Mermaid one that everybody here really likes. And we have a sugar-free cotton candy one too. I remember seeing stuff like this, I think either at TJ Maxx or maybe Home Goods or something. I need to give it another look and see if I can come up with any other flavors, or let me know what flavors are good if you've tried a lot of those. But we just have a couple and they're really good. Next thing here was something I got for Belle. She was looking for like a little compact size purse thing that she could wear. I got her this one and it has the little bee on it, $12.99. It's a good size purse. It's like, I have one of these crossbody little small bags as well, and mine I would say just fits like around the size of my phone. This one actually is a little bit bigger. It can actually hold some stuff. This one's really cute, and very recently the girls got their own library cards. We've been going to the library a lot, but I would just check out all their books under my card, and we realized, you know, like they want the experience of having their own library cards, so they got them, but they need little purses. They need somewhere to keep track of that library card, and so that's the library card purse right there, and she really likes it. It's very good quality, very cute, and has that strap that can be adjusted. Next thing I want to talk about, and this one, it almost seems kind of silly, like it's a candle lamp warmer. It's a thing that's going to heat up your candle without you having to light the candle. And if you do have kids and cats in your house, you might see the advantage to this. I've accumulated over time some nice little candles, but I rarely really feel like lighting them. It's nice to see the flicker of the candle and the flame and everything, but I worry about forgetting to blow them out, or a cat getting a little too interested, something getting knocked over, I don't know. And I saw somebody talking about these sweet little lamps where they fit like a 3-wick candle underneath, or you could use any size of candle, but I'd say max size is one of those classic 3-wick Bath and Body Works size candles. You put it under there, it's got like a dimmer on the lamp, and I love just a barely there soft lamp. I've got it in my kitchen and I love it like along my long countertop. I just have that slight bit of light. You can set the timer for 2, 4, or 8 hours, or you can just have it on indefinitely. But I'll switch out the candle I put on there every day. It gives a light scent, but not an overwhelming scent. It's definitely a scent I can notice, but not as strong as like the wallflowers. And I was just kind of wanting a home fragrance that is light, but not something I'm having to spray around all the time, not something that I have in every outlet. I know cats are very sensitive to scent, and this is just kind of a softer take on things and just a very household friendly way to do it. And it looks cute. I just like the soft light of it. The softer you have the light, the less fragrance it's really going to bring off, because it's just, you know, it's kind of melting the surface of your candle a little bit. I love this concept. I think it's cool and it looks so cute. And I got one for mom and dad as well, so they can have that on their kitchen counter too. Next thing, I'm sure if you guys are frequent air fryer users, you probably know about these, but the little disposable parchment paper liners that you can put in there, I love those. I love those things. They keep that thing so neat. They keep it from getting all greasy greasy and grimy and something I have to like wash all the time. Just a pack of liners, they fit the thing perfectly. I just put them in before anything that I cook, and the stuff still cooks up, I think, every bit as well as if I just put it in the basket. And an air fryer is really one of those appliances that has proven its worth over the years. If we're having some kind of nugget, if we're having sweet potato fries, I've also recently loved using it to crisp up roasted vegetables that I've maybe meal prepped on Saturday or Sunday, let's say. This week I had a sheet pan full of potatoes and broccoli, and I can just throw a serving of that in the air fryer and it brings it back to life. It gives it that kind of crispness that you really like on fresh from the oven roasted vegetables. There are just so many ways to use it, but throwing in one of those liners just keeps it much more mess free. I mean, I know some people use silicone liners in there. Let me know if you've got another kind of way to line the air fryer that really works well for you, because, you know, I am having to dispose of these every time, but it's parchment paper, it's light, and something about that makes me feel like maybe everything's circulating in there a little bit better. But that's not just an Amazon purchase I've loved. That's been a definite Amazon repurchase again and again. That's been great and very helpful to me. Next thing, I'm not sure if I've ever mentioned these on my channel before, but these are so good. They are Bible highlighters. And you know, if you have a Bible, those pages are so thin and wispy. And if you go taking a regular highlighter to your page, like, it's gonna bleed through. It's gonna become a problem. It's not a good situation. But you get the Bible highlighters and they're practically like a gel crayon type of feel, and they're lightweight and they never bleed through and they're not messy at all. And I just keep one clipped to the front of my Bible at all times, and I think those are just the best thing. A brilliant item. They make pens too that are supposedly good for jotting things down in your Bible also. I just use regular pens, but I love that highlighter because it's, again, it's waxy. It's crayon-like, but it's really bright and kind of transparent, you know, the way you need a highlighter to be. I love them. Next thing we're going to talk about here is diamond art. Has anyone gotten into diamond art? I know I've talked about how we like to do it on the channel. We started out with like these butterfly coasters. We moved into bookmarks. This was like a year ago when the girls and I really got into doing it. It's so calming. It's so relaxing. It's like coloring, but you end up with a little bit more of a product to share, you know? And something we really like doing here as soon as school got out, I had this kit of cute little like spring and summer things. I mean, we've got frogs and snails and mushrooms and ladybugs and butterflies and sunshines and cacti and all kinds of cute things. And they come with little strings so you could like hang them around, hang them on a windowsill or something. But what we actually chose to do instead was just buy some of those little self-adhesive magnets from Walmart, put them on the back, and you know, we gave some to Nana and Papa. You can just easily give them to anybody. We turned out a lot of these things and they're just so cute. And again, it's just one of those activities if you need to sort of, I don't know, detach from everything that's been stressing you out and whatever. You sit there and you do it, and it's the vibe of coloring, but again, with more of a product at the end. But we've done a lot of different sets. That's one of the ones we've liked the best. The overall size of these things is not bigger than like that. So you can work on a project and have it done, you know, in around an hour or so if you really stick with that one. I could see when I was buying those, there were lots of other fun like seasonal things. You know, going into fall, we're going to do some fall ones and some Christmassy ones this year too. And those will be so fun for them just to give. Like, I'm sure they'll give some of these when they go back to school and, you know, give it to their teacher. And it's just fun and a feeling of accomplishment too. Oh, my 4-pack of snack containers with the lids. If you've ever thought, hey, it might be a really good idea to try to make my own Lunchables, these are great, but they hold more than like a little Lunchable tray would. They're deeper. They're just great for any kind of snack, really. Sometimes for Uga, like I'm making him a breakfast. That's also Bubba. That's also Rhett. Evolution of nicknames. Like if I've given him some different things for breakfast, like maybe some Cheerios, maybe some grapes, maybe, you know, whatever the other fruits are that we have at the moment. A lot of times I'll put him on a plate and he'll sit at the counter and have it, but sometimes he's like pretending to do lawn work in the living room or playing with any number of different things. And it's nice to put things down in here because it just doesn't spill out. Also, I kind of failed at this as we got toward the end of the school year because I think I just got really busy. But for a while there, I would put put some treats in there. They've got the nice little lids, and just take them with me in the van or in the Atlas to pick up, and then there's an immediate snack that they can have that you've put together with maybe some healthy things in it. But yeah, they seal completely. It's a strong seal. You could prep things and leave them in your fridge. They'd be really good like car trip snack holders because again, they're kind of deep. So you could put a good amount of stuff in there and not feel like it's overflowing out of the top. And the resealable lid, great thing. And they're cute too. There's like a beige, a light pink, a light green, and a light blue. And just because I mentioned Lunchable, don't think that they're as flimsy as a Lunchable container. They're like a hard, heavy duty, not gonna break them type of container. While we're on containers, let's mention the containers that I've been using for my meal prep. They're little glass dishes with lids that lock, like airtight lids that lock on each side of the rectangle. And I started using these for meal prep when I began following Michaela Thomas's meal prep recipes. I could see she was using a similar size container. It might be this exact container. And she's really good about explaining like, it's this amount of this ingredient, measure out half a cup of this thing or whatever. They're just a really good size and obviously something you don't have to feel funny about reheating in. They're super easy to clean up. I still send Bub with like plastic Rubbermaid types of meal prep containers because I'm not sure if the glass dishes would survive bumbling around in his truck and wherever he takes his stuff. But strictly here at home, those work great for me. They're not oversized. They're like yay big. How many times am I going to use my hands to show you the size of something? But they're really nice and they don't take up a ton of room either as you stack them in your fridge. And they're also a perfect size usually for like a little leftover side dish or some small amount of something that you just want to save, and the airtight nature of them really good. One more kitchen thing. I have the best can opener. It's the original Gorilla Grip can opener and it's light pink, and when I tell you that thing just locks onto your can and feels like it's taking no effort. It's just very easy. A can opener is not a really fun and exciting purchase. The old one I had was like failing on me left and right, but I never remembered to get a new one until it completely like it stopped working and fell apart. So if you need one, if it's time to replace that can opener in your life, get that one. It's the best. And the last thing, I have loved this so much since starting our little health challenge here, my to-do list daily task checklist planner. So every page gives you lots of room for just to-do list style check them off stuff. This is not a calendar planner. I use a desk calendar over there. You might have other calendars in your home that you can just quickly refer to, you know, see your week at a glance, but this is day to day. You can put the date on there. You can put what you're grateful for. It's got a little section for maybe some things you need to pick up from the grocery store. You can track your water intake in this, your workout that you've done or are planning to do, any certain times that you need to be places, but all in all, it's that checklist mindset, which I think is very helpful. And what's really been good for me is not waiting until the day of to fill that out, but filling it all out the night before. So I know that in my morning, over the course of my morning, you know, I'm going to do that morning workout after this. I'm going to fill my water cup. I even have that reminder written down because I know I'll refer to that and I'll not forget. It's just the best little planner. I will totally repurchase that when I go through the one that I'm on, and you don't have to worry about like when you started. It's not dated. You put the date in there that you're on. So you can get that and take off with that anytime. And I would highly recommend it if you feel like to-do lists kind of keep you on track for the day. And again, looking ahead to the next day, the night before, and then that following day, you feel really like set to go. You don't have to stop, take the time to put all your things down. You're just ready to start the day. So I like that a lot. And guys, I think that's it for my Amazon favorites lately. Most of the things have been purchased fairly recently. Some of those like that little checklist planner. I know I got that like probably just before the start of the year, but it's been a very, good daily use item. So thanks for your time, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you've got any random suggestions, the more random, the better. Put them down in the comments section so we can all see. So thank you guys. I love you, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye.